Hello, everyone. Welcome to Clarity 16.2.3 Supportability and Feature Training. My name is Dave Sprague. In this section, we'll review updates to Clarity's audit management capabilities in the context of the modern user experience. So, what's new? Audit information is now separated into an attributes view and a per period metrics view. This update applies to both the audit module, which is configured via Blueprint, and the global audit tile page available from, the modern user experience administration and the audit tile. Per period metrics or TSV audit metrics are displayed within a per period metrics tab. All non-per period audit metrics or non-TSV metrics are displayed within the attributes tab. So let's get to the demo. We'll see the new user experience for the audit separated into attributes and per period metrics tabs. And we'll check it out in the context of the audit module and the global audit tile. And lastly, we'll review the new feature toggle. So let's get to the demo. All right, I'm going to start here from the project listing. And we're going to go into the first module or the first project here, and we will land on the audit module. You can see right away that there are two tabs, two navigation elements on the right for attributes and per period metrics. It looks a lot like financials. I'll just go look at financials real quick. So the user experience is exactly the same in terms of navigation. So go back to audit. And so we're on the attributes tab. This tab captures and displays all non-per period audit metrics or non-TSV metrics. In this example, Clarity is recording changes to project manager, percent complete, name, and the risk assigned to attributes. You can see the attribute column here, which of course, these are all non-TSV related. Let me open the view options panel, and you can see that this panel does not offer period selectors or other settings reserved for per period metrics. We've separated out all the controls between these two tabs. I'll go ahead and open up the column panel. And again, you can see this area doesn't offer the typical columns reserved for per period metrics either. So, like I mentioned, all per period or TSV audit metrics are displayed within the new per period metrics tab, which I'll go ahead and select that. And you can see here we've got your things of old value, new value, which are very key to per period metrics. So in this example, we're recording staff allocation attribute, the allocation attribute changes, which of course is TSV related. Let me open the view options panel, and you can start to see I can select my periods, right? I can select a period type. I can select periods of what I want to see in terms of a range. And I have the ability to select the total and per column separately, as you'd expect. If I open the column panel, you see the typical attributes you would see here, but most notably the per period metrics, whether you want to totals or the periods. So those things are there as you would expect. I'll go ahead and close that out. And I'm looking at here 2024 Q2 through Q4, again, for allocation. So for this module or this project. So let's go ahead and take a look at the staff module. I'm going to go ahead and update Beth Roberts, her Q4 entry. I'll put in 75 hours for Beth for that particular quarter. We're winding down some of her time requirements for this particular investment. So let's go back and take a look at audit. Oops, and so we land on the attributes area by default. So here we'll go to per period metrics, and there I can see Beth Roberts. There's an entry here in Q4 where it went from 0 to 75. So that's just a straightforward example and of how the per period metrics area responds. Okay, well, let's take a look at the global audit area. I'll go into the administration and the audit tile. And rather than left navigation, this is, since we're in global, we're looking at across all of the objects that have been audit enabled. So we have an attributes tab, looks like a module, right? And we have the per period metrics tab. So we're on the attributes tab. And again, we're capturing all non TSV related information. They're non per period audit metrics. And you can see across a number of different projects here that I filtered down to the records that are here, the parent, and again, the same type of attributes, project name, manager, percent complete, etc. And we're in the, again, just non-TSV related. So I'll do the same thing over the column panel. It's consistent. And I'm sorry, the view options is consistent. Column panel is consistent. If I go to the per period metrics tab, you start to see a similar layout that we had in the module. And again, this is across the application, so you can see a number of updates to the staff object across different, what we call parent, different projects in this case, and the old value, new value. And that's configured the same way, like we saw at the module, from a periodic selection, what's my range, etc. And again, the column panel area exposes the per period metrics options available to me, which I've configured Q2 through Q4. Okay, I want to review the feature toggle for the new audit capabilities. We'll go ahead and go in back into, since we're in administration, I'll just go into feature toggles. As you can see, I've applied a filter to show the new audit related feature toggle named separate audit into attributes and per period metrics tabs. So, and the description kind of helps explain some of the behaviors upon upgrade. And then if the feature is toggled on, I'm sorry, it's on by default, as you can see here. And if it's toggled off again, and then subsequently turned back on again. So when the feature is enabled, which is upon upgrade, audit information will be separated into two tabs, like we've just seen. The saved views in place prior to the upgrade will automatically be populated within both the views. I'll kind of go back there real quick for us. So the views in place prior to the upgrade will be populated in the attributes tab and the per period metrics tab. So what you're going to do as a user is go ahead and create and manage a set of views that are unique to each area, of course. If the feature is disabled, the audit information and saved views will revert to their pre-upgrade state. And again, if the feature is subsequently enabled, audit information will be presented again in the two tabs with this corresponding saved views prior to the feature being disabled. So this feature should improve performance. However, if you experience performance degradation, you should disable this feature and contact support. I'll add this one last comment that this new audit framework is extensible and will help include the ability to audit rich text formatted content in a future release. We envision that's another tab dedicated to rich text in a future release. So this concludes the demonstration for separating audit information into an attribute view and a per period metric view. Thank you for your time.